individuals to have ever walked on two legs.
Why do you say that?
Because it's true. That's why I say it. Oh, God.
Oh, man.
I'm driving in my car. I turn on the radio. I pull you a little closer. You say no. You say you don't like it. I say you're a wire. But when we get, it's like fire.
Well, let us go to our own point man, Mr. Fudd. Hi there, Fudd. You're on the air at WSUN.
Hello, Mr. Lassiter. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Mr. Fudd. Yourself?
I'm trying to be a gentler and kinder individual.
A gentler and kinder Fudd.
I want to explain to the people of Tampa that we Republican conservatives love you, and we only want what's best for you. May I point out an example or two?
Oh, of course.
For example,
I would have been disappointed had you not wanted to make a point.
If you women who work in the offices or are taking up men's jobs would just get back in the kitchen, put on a nice Donna Reed apron, and start baking the cookies and shut your traps, everything will be fine.
Listen to that, Sharon.
Thank you.
Take notes.
If you homosexuals will just get it together and go with the girl next door, we'll be here with open arms to accept you. If the elderly women over 65 realize that their purpose, what they were put on the world for, is now over, if you know what I mean, and would just quietly go in the corner and start knitting.
You smarmy little nerd. Are you going to call and do this every day? I'm tired of you.
And leave people alone. We love you at the Republican Conservatives. Yeah. If you liberals would just go to Africa and die, we won't have any qualms with that. We love you. And let me tell you something. If you Southerners would bathe a little more, would get your teeth fixed, go back to school and get that third-grade education, complete that. We love you. We'll accept you even though you are the most moronic individuals geographically in the United States.
Excuse me 1 second, Mr. Fudd.
Yes, sir.
Jeffy, I see you addressing envelopes left and right. You weren't giving away things to buy calls with yesterday, were you?
We already did that. It's all taken care of.
What were you giving away yesterday, Jeffy?
Step on my time here.
Hockey ticket.
Popping on your dime, Mr. Fudd.
Please continue, Mr. Fudd.
Well, that's the way you treat me. Obviously, you are still feeling the ill effects of your most unfortunate endeavor yesterday. And I just want to give a brief critique of yesterday's show. A few improvements to that hippie who sounds like Bobcat Goldthwait. Please, sir, shut up. To you, Sharon, please don't quit your night job down at the dollhouse. And to you, Bob, please don't leave the station, even though you are one of the biggest socialist swine in the world. We love you, and we need you, because the alternative would be that risky voice. Well, I wouldn't get upset. And I just want to say in closing, if you shall allow me one day to debate you, I will be honored, sir. And if your callers judge me to be irrational, I will pack up, pull down my pants, and leave Tampa forever.
Don't do that.
I'm driving in my car. I turn on the radio. I pull you a little closer. You say no. You say you don't like it. I say you're a wire. But when we get, it's like fire.
Words to live by from Mr. Fudd. It's 2:57.
AM 620 WSUN.
A
of AM 620 WSUN. Entertaining talk radio for the 90s.
I wasn't happy with my personal appearance. I thought I deserved to look as good on the outside as I felt on the inside. So I checked into the possibilities of plastic surgery. After researching all the doctors in my area, I decided on Dr. Robert Eisenberg. He told me that with plastic surgery, he could remove the cellulite from my buttocks and the back of my legs and inject it into my breasts, lips, and cheeks. He also told me he could reshape my nose and remove the wrinkles from underneath my eyes by performing an acid peel. After all this, I look almost 10 years younger. But the doctor and all my friends say that I'm still really ugly. Only now I have bigger boobs.
Visit the medical offices of Dr. Robert Eisenberg today for your free consultation.
1.5 minutes after the hour of 3 o'clock, hour number 2 for Friday, March the 10th, 1995. So how many hockey tickets did you give away yesterday, Sharon?
A few pair.
How many?
A few pair.
Jeffy has quite a stack of envelopes in there. How many tickets did you give away yesterday?
15 pair. You taught me well, sir.
How long did it take to give away the 15 pair of hockey tickets? I could have milked 15 pair of hockey tickets for 3 days.
Well, we milked them for 4 hours.
How long did it really take to give away the hockey tickets, Sharon?
Gave away the last pair at about 4 minutes to 6.
Did you make them grovel and beg and plead to get them?
Oh, only a couple. I let Jeffy be the judge, like usual.
The judge for what? What did you make them do?
Decide. Nothing. Just to decide whether they should get them or not.
Based upon what criteria?
Whether it was a decent call or not.
Oh, God have mercy. God have mercy.
Hey, I prepared. I went to Atlanta the day before and said, please give me something good to give away. You kept telling me how much we'd struggle. It wasn't too bad.
We'll determine that later on in the program. Let's go to Shady Hills. Hi, Shady. You're on the air at WSUN.
Oh, hello, Your Majesty.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, just about the time I decided to stick up for the Christians, Rosemary calls in. What can you do?
What can you do?
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems that like whenever the Christians cry about something or feel something's being insensitive, it's poo-pooed. But if you called it, well, take Sambo's restaurants for example. People felt that was insensitive, so they say, okay, well, we changed the name.
Eventually, they did.
Yeah.
After years.
Yeah, I still think they should go with that they should name the team the Nads. And then the people in the stands, they can cheer, go Nads, go Nads. That's about it, huh?
You have no future in stand-up comedy.
What can I say?
I don't think you have any future in sit-down comedy. 576 WSUN in Pinellas and Hillsborough, 221 WSUN. Let's do Clearwater. Hi, Clear. You're on the air at WSUN.
Hi. I wanted to make a comment about yesterday's show.
Yeah?
I thought it was one of the most fantastic historical moments in radio history.
How's that?
I laughed. I laughed so I had to check and see if I had taken, doubled my medication up.
Medication?
It was so funny. It was great.
Mm-hmm. What was great about it?
I have one question.
Could you give me an example of one of the highlights of the program?
Well, that's my question. I want to know where I go to pick up the car I won.
No wonder you found it funny. 576 WSUN in Pinellas and Hillsborough, 221 WSUN. All other areas are toll-free at 1-800-356-WSUN. Bradenton. Hi, Bradenton. You're on the air at WSUN.
Good afternoon, Robert.
Good afternoon.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Robert, the leasing software you were talking about, is that available only in DOS?
To the best of my knowledge, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Excuse me. My accountant yesterday said that it might be advantageous for me to lease a car.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I immediately thought about finding a new accountant.
Okay.
But, I figured, well, with this knowledge, I can walk in and not get taken.
Well, how frequently do you turn over your car, and do you use it for business?
Well, yes, I do use it for business, and I used to lease cars. I leased maybe a dozen cars.
Mm-hmm.
And I started leasing cars when leasing was not popular. There was a dealership in Michigan that had an in-house program. They worked with an independent bank, and a 3-year lease, about 18 months into it, I'd call my guy and say, hey, I want a new car. No problem. When I brought it in, he had a buyer ready for it, and he had my new car.
That's a sweet deal.
No money, yeah. I mean, we traded keys, and I drove away.
It's a great deal if you can pull it off.
Yeah, then when I came to Florida, I leased a car, and I got taken right to the cleaners.
Mm-hmm.
Big time. Yeah, at any rate. But the name of the new baseball team.
Yeah.
I hate it. You know,
just remember who really dislikes it.
Well, now that's my point.
Makes it sound a lot better.
That's my point. To me, it doesn't have a good ring to it. Tampa Bay, some sort of seafaring name, maybe. But I'm going to go out and buy a shirt because those other people really don't like it, and if I can wear a shirt and really piss them off, I'm liking that.
It sounded better all the time, isn't it, man?
Hey, Devil Rays, I'm liking it.
Go Devil Rays.
Right. Have a good one, Bob.
Hey, you too, man.
Later.
576 WSUN in Pinellas and Hillsborough, 221 WSUN. All other areas toll-free, 1-800-356-WSUN. What time did you say you gave away the last pair of tickets?
About 4 minutes to 6.
You should have been out at 55, not 56.
No, something like that.
Yeah, likely story. Let's go to Tampa. Hi, Tampa. You're on the air at WSUN.
Good afternoon, Your Majesty.
Good afternoon, sir.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Don't let Sharon fool you, Bob. The real time that it took him to give away all 15 tickets.
Yeah, probably by about
4 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I would imagine.
Not 4 minutes to 6. 4 minutes.
Oh, of course you're gonna have hockey tickets. Oh, here, have 4 pair.
Oh, go ahead, make fun. I don't care.
Hey, just one thing though about yesterday's show is Jeffy really has put a lot of time into his Bob Lassiter apprenticeship there.
How's that?
I'll tell you, he hung up on more people and insulted more people in the first hour than you do in usually 2 or 3 days.
He did? Oh, maybe there's some hope here.
His sarcasm was impressively brutal.
Oh. Well, what kind of stuff was he, hanging up on them for?
Oh, well, of course, the first call was somebody impersonating you, with the pitch transposer on their voice, and he lasted about, I'd say about 3.5 seconds.
Yeah, it sounds like about 2.5 too many, but that's okay.
And, of course, Mr. Pug called like he was the next guy, and Sharon immediately hit the dump button on him shortly, and so...
Sharon hung up on Mr. Fudd?
I think one of them did. He didn't last very long. He screamed and yelled for a couple minutes, and next thing you know, gone.
Well, somebody had to do it.
And, of course, Jeffy, Miss Sharon, she's an old pro. When the cat's away, the mice will play. She's immediately...
I agree with half of that
using
statement.
the airwaves to book her singing jobs around town, and Jeffy tried to keep her under control, but,
Oh, she didn't audition on the air, did she?
No, but she got many offers to come out and sing with several bands who, told her name over the air and where they were playing, and she made a lot of friends.
Jeez, I didn't know Myron Cohen was still working in this area.
Go ahead. Keep insulting me. Just go ahead.
Either way, it was a nice show yesterday. It was nice for you to give them the chance, and... But don't you just hate that when you go to the dentist all prepared for the worst and they only do half the job?
Well, it's not that he did half the job. It was my misunderstanding. I did not realize what all was involved, and so therefore I didn't realize that it had not been done.
Well, I had the same thing. Years ago I had to have caps put on, and the same thing. I had the same misunderstanding.
And my heart just sunk yesterday.
I was going to go, get it all done. Oh, no, we're just going to grind these teeth down to little stubs, and you come back in a couple of weeks,
Because for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason I was more nervous yesterday than on the first trip, which was really a serious trip.
Yeah.
And I was trembling by the time it got to be 8:30 yesterday morning, just trembling. And I go in and I sit down, and I'm trying to talk to myself, saying, well, okay, just one more trip. This is all over, man. This is it. And so then the hygienist, I guess you would properly be called, starts saying, well, okay, so we're going to do this, and this today. And I said, well, what about the capping? And she said, the capping? Oh, no, we have to make impressions and do this, and that'll take about 4 to 6 weeks. And, oh, God. No wonder, all my veins collapsed and they couldn't find any to use.
Let's hope they did the right teeth.
Oh, I don't care which teeth they did at this point. I don't care. I'm over it, man.
Well, I just wanted to comment on yesterday's show and say it really was not that bad. They did a very nice job. And in closing, Bob, I just wanted to say I was very, very sorry to hear about your diabetes. I did not know that.
Oh, yeah, I've had it for several years now.
I've been listening for some time, and for some reason I never really picked up on it. But I really, my heart goes out to you, and I feel very sympathetic for you.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, Frog.
Take care.
Bye.
576 WSUN in Pinellas and Hillsborough, 221 WSUN. All other areas are toll-free, 1-800-356-WSUN. Anything going on in the world that we might want to be aware of, Sharon?
No.
Don't trouble yourself or anything, huh,
Well, let's see. Oh, testimony's over for the day in the Simpson case.
Yeah.
Furman's been on the stand all day.
Well, you say anything?
Oh, Marcia was asking him, were you really alone any time? Or what'd you do? Where'd you go? And all that sort of thing. And F. Lee Bailey keeps saying, I have somebody who knows that he did know this woman who he says, anyway. Bailey's got some
I can
witness
well
that
understand why the young aspiring journalists look up to you.
Yeah. Bailey claims he has some witness that'll say, yes, he does too know that woman who says he's a racist. So.
Well, let's go to his cell phone. Hi, Sal. You're on the air at WSUN.
Magnificent one. Welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
Before yesterday, I really didn't care for replacement players too much, but that show was smoking.
Oh, what did you do, win hockey tickets?
No, sir.
How many pair did you win?
No, I just drove around and enjoyed myself and laughed a lot. That was a good show.
What did you find amusing about it?
Just it flowed well. Jeffy is an absolute rip. I think...
Jeffy was ripped.
Maybe. But he's just funny guy. Best sideman since Fez, man.
Unbelievable.
But I think I've found a way to really force the issue on the baseball name, the team name. And I'm getting my shirt printed up now that says right on the front, I'm a devil worshiper.
Do it. Hey, that sounds good.
I think that's the thing.
That's good, man. I like that.
Say amen, Bob.
Okay, amen.
Frog.
You know what really pissed me off this morning? I'm sitting there going through the paper, and I was really proud of myself with the Dirt Devils. I thought that was, fairly clever. I never heard of the name of a team after a vacuum cleaner before. And then I open up the paper this morning, and I'm reading, and there it is, the Martha Rays. Why in the hell didn't I think of that? It's so damn obvious. And such a slap, But then I read the article about the good Christians are opposed to it, and I said, hey, I like that name. And then the devil worshippers. Hey, there's something there.
I like the logo. Velveeta got a T-shirt. So... And it
doesn't even have Mickey Mouse on it.
I know, that's different for him.
First piece of clothing he's bought in 9 years that didn't have Mickey Mouse on it.
It looks good, though. Logo looks real good.
Yeah, it might grow on me.
It will.
I'm sure it will. 576 WSUN in Pinellas and Hillsborough, 221 WSUN. Let's go to Hudson. Hi there, Hud. You're on the air at WSUN.
How you doing, Bob?
Doing okay.
Couple things. Everybody's worried about the name. How many season ticket holders did they have turn back their tickets because of the name?
Well, nobody's bought season tickets yet.
And then look at all the people that went out and bought all that merchandise. If they didn't really like the name, they swamped those stores for that stuff.
Yeah.
So, there's got to be a lot of people that do like it, though.
Well, I suppose. I don't care. It's all right with me.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
I kind of like it.
Man, plunks down 130, 40, $50 million for a team. He can call it whatever the hell he wants to.
Good boy from South Philadelphia.
Oh, is he? I didn't realize that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like him more now.
Okay, Bob. Thanks.
Okay, dude.
Bye.
576 WSUN in Pinellas and Hillsborough, 221 WSUN. All other areas toll-free, 1-800-356-WSUN. It is 3:15.
Do you smell French fries?
Yeah, and they're really making me hungry.
Excuse me, it's me. I had to get him to go.
We'll hand him over, fat boy.
What? You heard him. He said hand him over. What are you doing?
Oh, what are you going to do about it? Tell him to hit the emergency stop button.
All right.
Let's see what else you got in the bag. Hey, we got a couple of cheeseburgers, too. You were holding out on us.
I was just you fat little pig.
Some people go to a lot of trouble for the great taste of our classic burger and fries combo. But you always get what you want and want what you get every day. Served after 10:30 a.m.
19 minutes after the hour of 3 o'clock, 576 WSUN in Pinellas and Hillsborough, 221. WSUNI, of course, the magnificent, lovable Lassiter, assisted by Backstabber Jeffy and Backstabber Taylor this afternoon.
Now, why would you say that? That's just what is prompting these kinds of remarks.
3 days worth of hockey tickets for one show.
The game's Monday night. Had to give them away and get rid of them.
How many calls? How many calls did you get yesterday that went something like,
"Oh, you guys are so good. I don't like that other one that's normally there. I think you should have this show."
How many calls did you get like that yesterday?
We tried to discourage
How
them.
many of them?
I don't know.
8, 9, 10?
I don't know.
On for 10 or 15 minutes at a time? Well, you could write the general manager and tell him.
Look, you were the one who left us. You were the one who decided you had to go to sleep for this little minor thing that you're having done.
Oh, yeah, a little minor thing like having 4
to do
teeth
that, you
ground
could have been
down
here
to
and done
nothing.
your own damn show. So why are you being so bad? Why don't you be sweet again? Be sweet, huh?
Yeah, be sweet. You're working with people who are trying to take your job.
Don't want your job.
After all those massive dental bills.
There's something right here about talk shows. That Jenny Jones thing.
I know.
Where the nutcase shot and killed the guy who was a secret admirer that turned out to be another man.
I plan on getting that a little bit later.
The cops are blaming it on Jenny Jones.
They ought
on
to.
the show.
They ought to. They ought to blame it on every one of those goddamn miserable shows. Let's go to a cell phone. Hi, Sal. You're on the air at WSUN.
Hey, Mr. Lassiter, how are you?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
Well, I'm doing good. I'm just driving down here. I'm from Orlando, and I listen to your show a lot when I'm traveling down the road. I was just wondering, getting off the beaten track here, is that I always hear about some of the guests that come in for the Ron and Ron show, and they hang around, and some of them bump into you, like the Bennington's, people from up in Philly, some of the wrestlers. How do you feel about that? Because I heard they always ask you for things, and always sit there and BS you, make you feel better than.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Their guests don't hang around.
Well, I hear a buddy of mine that goes down there says they hang around, and
that's news to me.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
Nobody hangs around here.
Nobody hangs around, tries to talk to you, and you just walk away from him and everything?
That show's been over for 4 hours by the time I get here, sir.
Or some of the Hooters guests? Walk away from him and everything?
No, they don't have. They rarely have guests.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's my bad.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
That you just feel bad about some of Bennington's friends and. What I'm trying to get some of the wrestlers that hang around up there.
I don't know of any wrestlers that hang around up here, sir.
Okay, I just want to see because somebody told me about it, and I was just wondering.
Well, what did they tell you?
Huh?
What did they tell you?
They said they got some big old. Well, I don't know. I don't want to use the words that you used over the radio, but I was just wondering if you just have a conflict with other guests that hang around from other shows.
No, because there's no such thing. Not around here.
Oh, okay. Well, then my bad, and I apologize. I interrupted your show then.
No problem, dude.
Thank you, sir.
You behave yourself.
Yes, sir.
Have a good weekend. 576 WSUN in Pinellas and Hillsborough. 221 WSUN. All other areas toll-free. 1-800-356-WSUN. I know I'm groggy today, but I really couldn't follow that one.
We did have a couple of guys hanging around yesterday, right before the show, who wanted to be on the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who?
Beats me.
Just some people that stopped by and thought they'd be on the show with you.
I walked upstairs and said, "We're friends with somebody. Can we be on the show?" And I said, "No." Well,
everybody's friends with somebody. I mean, that was their criteria for being on the show, that they're friends with somebody.
They said, "Well, can we come in and sit in for a while?" And I said, "No. Goodbye." I just sent them down the steps. I didn't know who they were.
And there's not a full moon or anything.
No.
Let's do Tampa. Hi, Tampa, you're from here at WSUN.
Good afternoon and welcome back.
Good afternoon.
Listen, you talk, I guess you didn't catch any of the show yesterday.
Oh, no, none of it at all.
None of it. Well, they did a good job. Miss Sharon?
Oh, yeah, they did a real good job of stabbing me in the back.
Oh,
Miss Sharon did a good job, and I especially enjoyed hearing more out of Jeffy.
Jeffy was funny.
Excuse me?
Jeffy was funny.
Yes, he was.
Isn't it amazing he can't be funny on my show?
Well, that's not what I called to talk about, Bob.
Oh, okay.
This baseball thing.
Yeah.
I know in the past I've heard a lot about competition between Tampa and St. Pete. I know you probably didn't notice, but maybe Miss Sharon or Jeffy did watching the newscast when Vince Namoli was making his announcement outside of the Thunderdome.
Yeah.
The sign behind him read, "Hooray, hooray, just another great day in St. Pete." Didn't mention Tampa Bay or Tampa. Do you think this is going to be an ongoing thing, or?
I doubt it very much. St. Petersburg has a very negative connotation around the country. Don't forget the people that put together that little celebration yesterday were the people who own the dome or who run the dome, control the dome, whatever you want to call it. But St. Petersburg, around the rest of the country, has the connotation of being a very, very sleepy retirement community. Tampa has the, which is almost as wrong, Tampa has the impression of being a really up-and-coming, swinging place.
But isn't the past with teams such as the Buccaneers or, I don't know, even with the hockey team in St. Pete, hasn't that the argument of calling them the St. Pete Lightning or the St. Pete Devil Rays, hasn't that been an issue in the past?
I don't care, if people... I'll explain to you again, St. Pete has a very negative connotation around the country as being a retirement home just full of a bunch of old farts.
Okay, well, I just thought it was interesting that with all the talk of the Tampa Bay Dirt Devils yesterday, that St. Pete got the one final little plug-in with the big old banner.
Well, they got to plug in for themselves, big deal.
Okay, well, Frog Bob.
Okay, dude. 576 WSUN in Pinellas and Hillsborough, 221 WSUN, all their areas toll-free, 1-800-356-WSUN. This nonsense, this hopeless, absolute nonsense, this bickering back and forth about Tampa and St. Petersburg and Clearwater and everybody wants to be mayor of a megalopolis. Well, they're not. They gotta learn to live with it. So there.
Well, at least it's finally something. All these little businesses downtown St.
Oh, it's great for them.
Took a chance, and like Rick's ACL down around Central. Boy, this is what this is going to mean to his place.
They got 3 more years to sweat it, but
but it'll come.
It will come
if they can get through that final, time until the team gets here.
Well, I understand Namoli's making noises about building a bigger stadium. This one is going to be really tough to turn a profit in.
Oh, he's been talking to Malcolm, hasn't he?
Let's go to, which of course is a total fabrication on my part. Let's go to, although probably he's thinking about it. Let's go to his cell phone in Carrollwood. Hi, Sal, you're on the air at WSUN.
Hey, Robert, welcome back.
Well, thank you, sir.
Hey, I want to ask you a couple of questions.
Sure.
Number one is this cigarette swing going to be there tomorrow down in Vinoy Park?
Is WSUN going to be in Vinoy Park tomorrow? I doubt it very much.
Hey, Jeff, you taking the tape machine down to Vinoy and playing the tapes from there? A party.
No, we're not going to be there.
So you won't be there, huh?
No, I will not.
Do you think personally you'll be there?
No, I will not.
Okay, so we won't look for you, right?
No, don't. No, nothing personal. I'm just not into crowds and standing in the hot sun and that kind of good stuff. I much prefer to sit in a soft chair in an air-conditioned room. But, you guys want to come up to the house? That's okay.
Well, where do you live?
Yeah, that you have to figure out.
Okay, it's fine. Why does it take 3 years for they get a team?
I don't know, man. I have one excuse I heard is that they had to postpone it so that Phoenix can finish building their stadium, but 3 years just seems like an eternity.
That seems we waited so long to get a team. Now we have to wait 3 more years to get us to see the team.
Well, my heart rarely bleeds for wealthy people, to be perfectly honest about it, but I do to a degree feel very sorry for the financial backers of this entire thing, because obviously in another day or so, almost everybody's going to forget about this, And then somewhere along the line, they've got to start building enthusiasm again to get people to actually part with their money to buy these season tickets and this kind of stuff. And it's going to be very difficult to do. It's going to be very difficult to do. 3 years down the road, I mean, I think back to where I was 3 years ago. Lives change drastically in 3 years. Things change drastically in 3 years. It seems like a hell of a burden.
I would agree with you. And also, I'm not really pro when it comes to the amount of money that the baseball players and so forth are making now. It's just totally ludicrous to me. But I think everybody's a winner. Finally, we got a baseball team here. Sure, Tampa Bay, they got the football.
I hope it's a National League team. I'll have a lot more enthusiasm if it's a National League team, only because I grew up in a National League town, and that's where my interest and where my rivalries lie.
Yeah.
But, it's great for the area, and I'm thrilled that for all the people who worked so very hard, and a lot of people really did, and for all the people who it really, really is important to, and there are a lot of those people, I'm thrilled for them.
Well, I'm thrilled for the whole thing. I think it's great. Finally, I've been here for 5 years, and, I have not been waiting as long as nearly as anyone else. But I'm pretty excited. I'm from the Northeast, and I guess I'm more toward the American League with the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees clash. And but listen, doesn't matter if you're in the National League or the American League. We got baseball, and that's just great. So, proud to you all.
Okay, take care. What, sir? I don't think they're that much, but you insist upon. Ross Reback says he wants to be the first to buy a season ticket. He'll pay $5,000 for it. He'll bring in the cash tomorrow.
Really?
So we're on our way. It's 3:29. Let's go to St. Petersburg, and hi, lady in St. Pete. You're on the air at WSUN.
Hello, Bob. Welcome back.
Well, thank you.
And we're glad to have a baseball team. I'm glad anyway, being I'm from Philadelphia, and I enjoyed the Phillies. But tell me something. How in the world do you think they're going to be able to handle the traffic situation? I mean, there's only one...
Well, there ain't no traffic yet, man.
No, but sometime for them to get organized, there will be.
Well, I don't know, man.
Okay.
Same way I guess they handle it when, 25,000 people show up for a Lightning game.
Oh, that's true. I hadn't thought of it that way. I was just thinking maybe baseball would be bringing in even more.
Well, the place only holds so many.
Okay, well, I appreciate your opinion anyway. Thank you very much.
Okay, glad to help you out. 576 WSUN in Pinellas and Hillsborough, 221 WSUN. Let's do Clearwater. Hi, Clear. You're on the air at WSUN.
Hey, how you doing, Bob?
Pretty good.
I thought the guys yesterday did you a disservice pretty much.
Really? What did they do?
Well, they had people calling in there telling them how great they are.
Mm-hmm.
They were giving away tickets left and right.
Yeah, and I'll bet Sharon had all of her friends call.
I think they both had their friends calling in there. They were giving away hockey tickets like they're going out of style.
Oh, yeah, that was 3 days worth of hockey tickets for me.
Do you ever go to Orlando and ask her if you can have hockey tickets to give away? That's all I had to do.
Well, the last time I went to Orlando, we had to use the snake bite kit.
Jeff even offered a couple sets to the one guy. He called in and...
a couple of sets?
Fluttered up to him so much.
Oh, unbelievable.
I don't remember that.
Well...
What a convenient little memory, Detective Lang. I mean, Sharon.
I think it's great.
Call me
a
Rosa.
baseball team, too,
Yeah?
It's about time.
It's about time.
Took them chances and bought a place down in St. Pete, a couple years ago, hoping to make a business, and now they're finally going to get a chance to make something out of their business,
Yep.
And it really stinks we got to wait on Phoenix. They said in the paper today the reason why we got to wait on Phoenix is because they don't want to play in a minor league facility in '97 because they'll lose too much money.
Well, even 2 years is a long time. I just really don't remember it being that long in between the announcement of a franchise and the first day of play in the past.
It was only like a year and a half for Miami and Denver, I believe.
That's what I thought, just about a season and a half.
Yeah. Well, basically that's
hopefully the strike will be over by then, too.
Yeah, you never know. Well, they could have named them the Tampa Bay Blue Hairs, too, for, because it's mostly going to be old people, I'd say. Going to most of the...
Oh, no way, sir. They charge.
Oh, yeah.
You actually have to pay to get in. So that'll hold that in that crowd.
All right, well, Frog.
Okay, dude.
Yeah.
It's a $3.20 solution all over again. Just put a, charge up there, and that keeps those people away in droves.
Everybody will be going to the games, I think. I might even go.
Whoa.
Since I've never...
Wait, you've already gotten free tickets from Atlanta?
Nope. But since I've never been to a baseball game, I'll go to one of these.
Boy, I'll bet that is just making Mr. Namoli so happy to hear that he got, $8 out of you.
Yeah.
Boy, that'll cover his expenses. 576 WSUN in Pinellas and Hillsborough, 221 WSUN, all other areas toll free. 1-800-356-WSUN. I don't know, maybe this happened to you, maybe it didn't. You were driving down the street and you heard a couple of jokers on the air giving away hockey tickets left and right, and all you had to do was call in to get them. And you pulled over to the side of the road and went looking for a payphone, and you finally found one, and the damn thing was out of order, and bam, before you knew it, they'd given away all the hockey. It doesn't have to be that way. There's no reason why you should ever miss getting free hockey tickets when I'm at the dentist again. Not with today's affordable GTE MobileNet rates and the quality personal service you'll receive from Jeffy and Sharon, not to mention Cellular Depot. Owning a mobile phone is easier than ever. Cellular Depot has the largest showroom in the Bay Area. Jeffy and Sharon, the largest variety of free tickets. And Cellular Depot is offering virtually every type of mobile phone on the market today. With 2 locations, Cellular Depot is your authorized GTE MobileNet agent. Now, for the time, when you can get the popular NEC handheld phone for just $99, plus 3 months of free weekend and night calls, and if you can get a hold of Jeffy and Sharon, lifetime hockey tickets. When you sign up for 1 year of continuous quality service from Cellular Depot and GTE MobileNet. Hey, too busy to come in? Cellular Depot offers free shop-by-phone service. Just like Jeffy, he'll run your hockey tickets over to you. Call 935-7988. Place your order, and Cellular Depot will deliver your phone to you personally. That number to call, 935-7988. Cellular Depot has many affordable plans to meet anyone's needs, and just think of all that money you'll save on hockey tickets when Sharon and Jeffy are on. And they have a great selection of... You have gas, Sharon? And they have a great selection of new and used name-brand handheld phones. Call 935-7988 for the Cellular Depot nearest you. Certain restrictions apply. Like, for example, you have to wait for me to go to the dentist.
Well, that won't be long now, will it?
I won't be out that day.
Oh, really?
I'll never take another day off.
Gonna take it like a man the next time? Just gonna tap those things on?
See, she's trying to set me up already.
It won't hurt. Just a little thump, 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 and you're all done.
Miserable. Fud's right about you. Let's go to Orlando. Hi there, Orlando. You're on the air at WSUN.
Yeah, Bobby, they did very well yesterday.
Oh, party. It's you. How many tickets did you get?
I didn't get any.
Oh. It's the story of your life, though, isn't it?
No, he's married now.
I'm nowhere near there. I couldn't pick them up even if I wanted them. But no, they did very, very well. Jeffy was like really up and happening. Sharon was kind of like the more mellow one, kind of the more suds of the group.
Uh-huh.
And and I was very proud of her when she cut Fudd off. She just hung right up on him, just boom, gone. And it was just a very good show. It was damn good.
And you liked it.
I did.
Then it must have been hideous.
Well...
Because that's what you like, are hideous radio shows.
Well, that could be, Lassiter, so I guess... But I never thought of that. I do. I like Neil Rogers. I like Randy Rhoads. So if I like this, they must have been pretty raunchy, hadn't they?
Exactly.
Well, it was very good.
God, I'm so glad you called today. I mean, you lifted my spirits.
Well, like I said, I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed it immensely.
God, wait a second. Hold on. I gotta make.
And it certainly is better than Peter sitting there with his trivia book saying, "What category would you like, caller?"
Muffy?
Jerry has I think that trivia.
Just a second. I'll be right with you. Muffy, take it for sale sign down, honey. Okay, I'll be home the usual time. That's great news.
Would you rather have that back, Bobby? Peter and his two friends in their trivia game, sitting there, okay, what category would you like, caller? Like they had with the Wise Guys?
You didn't enjoy that?
Not particularly, Lassiter. I'm not really into trivia games. On the air, okay, I'm going to ask you a question now about, what category do you want? I want stupid animals, Peter. Okay, I think Jerry has that part of the... I have to admit I kind of had to bypass that one.
Well, what was it that they did yesterday that you particularly liked?
I just enjoyed the chemistry. Like I said, it was a very Rick and Suds like. You know, Jeffy was kind of the wild and crazy, shouting one, and Miss Sharon was a much, quieter kind of, Suds character who's kind
Well, who was the real star of the show?
If you want to know the truth, since I'd never seen that side of him before, Jeffy.
Jeffy.
Usually he just is like one word and that's it. You say something to him and he goes like, yeah, man, and that's it. He was doing most of the talk and Sharon was just kind of sitting there.
And he actually spoke in lengthy sentences yesterday. Complete thoughts, that kind of stuff.
They were more like shouts. He was kind of like shouting spasmodically into the radio.
He was shouting spasmodically into the radio, and you enjoyed that.
Oh yeah, it was a fantastic show. Absolutely the best.
Well, what kind of stuff was he talking about?
Just mostly about the baseball team. If you want to know the truth, people were calling up and talking about that and giving different stupid names, and they were, good-naturedly taking them and all of that, And one thing that I will say is the callers were very, very gentle yesterday.
Yeah, we didn't have to dump too many people at all.
Right. So you should applaud the audience for showing a great deal of whatever.
Yeah.
But it was really I thought it was at least a very enjoyable 4 hours. And if you do go on vacation or whatever again, I wouldn't feel bad about letting those two do it. Okay?
Okay, thanks, Mr. Party.
All right, see you.
Boy, he's mellowed out a lot, too.
Party lecture that must have been hideous. Just hideous.
Gee, thanks, Bobby, for that vote of confidence.
So what'd you do your monologue on?
Didn't do one.
What do you mean you didn't do a monologue?
We don't do monologues. You're the monologue man.
What's that, Jeffy?
We didn't need to do one. We had baseball.
Yeah, you had hockey tickets. That's what you had. That's what your monologue was. I got hockey tickets.
You had the best day in the world to be
we didn't
gone
start giving them away till almost 3 o'clock.
That's right.
What kind of tickets were you giving away before 3 o'clock? Or was that when you were giving away the cars?
A couple of those, too.
God. Town and Country, Hightown, you're on the air at WSUN.
Good afternoon, Mad Dog.
Good afternoon.
Hey, yesterday's show was pretty fun. I did win a pair of hockey tickets.
No, I'm sure that's why you enjoyed it, yeah.
No, I called around the 4 o'clock hour, but I wanted to listen to it first. But it's because I've never been to a game, and Sharon, and she's a native and stuff, and we were kind of relating on that. And I've never been to a baseball game, and I was really excited about it. I still am excited about it. Finally having a baseball team of our own. Spring training, generic games and stuff, especially all the senior citizens who go, because they're so cheap. But it's going to be a good time. And the thing is, I couldn't remember hardly anything Jeffy said yesterday because he just kept babbling on, but he was quite hilarious, though. It was quite funny.
Quite hilarious.
Yeah, it was a funny show, and...
Why the hell isn't he hilarious on my show?
You don't let him talk enough. But, his thoughts of the day, those are excellent.
His thoughts of the day are excellent?
Yes. It's common sense.
Another reassuring call.
We let his little brother do the thought for the day yesterday.
Yeah.
His little brother?
Yeah, Johnny.
Yeah.
Who in the hell is Johnny?
Good question.
He was
my brother.
Producing the show yesterday.
It was pretty fun. Hey, Bob, have a good weekend.
Yeah, thanks. So you bring in your unemployed relatives, too? How many people were in here yesterday?
My aunt was cleaning the windows. My brother was running the board. And Mom brought us soup. Only 3.
Oh, and Morning Mama came by.
Morning Mama came by from the Worm?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that must have been exciting.
It was fun.
Would you bring a stack of Neil Diamond records with her or something and play them?
She brought the extra edition of the Tampa Tribune. We let her go early so she can take care of her paper route.
Morning Mama never stops by to visit me.
No, she doesn't, does she? But she did us.
Oh, maybe I'll stop by and visit her tomorrow.
Yeah, she'll let you sit in, I'm sure.
Hey, morning, bitch. How you doing?
Oh,
was the mic open? I'm sorry.
Listen to you. It's not going to like you anymore, Bobby, if you do that.
Unbelievable. Everybody tries to muscle in on the act. Here I am, lying at home, prone.
There you are at home, slopping stuff all over your white carpeting, and then trying to suck it up with the Mr. Green vacuum, and then trying to hide it from Muffy. That's what you were doing.
3:48. I just wish it was 4:48.
It's Wendy here again with a letter from Sam Miller in Seattle, Washington. Sam writes, Dear Wendy, you're pretty. Sometimes I think about locking you up in my basement, blindfolding you, and making you eat things covered in chocolate. Do you like leather? I do. I also like your Summer Sun iced tea. When I'm done with it, I like to take the bottle and stick my... Thanks for your letter, Sam, and keep enjoying our Summer Sun iced tea. Bye for now.
Made from the best nature has to offer.
There's a lady in Hudson. Hi, lady in Hudson. Whoops, that's not the lady in Hudson. This is the lady in Hudson. You're on the air at WSUN.
Hi, Mr. Lassiter?
Yes.
Hi, it's great to talk to you. This is Vi King calling. And we're also excited about this baseball team. And I have a cute little sort of a gimmick for you I think you might enjoy. A friend of ours, Don Bailey, who used to sing with the big bands, made this tape, and it only takes about 60 seconds. If you want to play it again or use it, he'll be glad to bring one to you. So let me play it for you. Have you got 60 seconds?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, let me play it for you, and then I'll come back on. Hold on.
Why me, God? What have I ever done?
So nice to have you here in Tampa Bay. We don't need San Francisco. We don't need Chicago. We don't need that team that's in the state of Washington. We've got our own baseball. Our own baseball. We've been waiting all these years to reach our goal. So take your seat, baby. You're in for a special treat, baby. Thunderdome is gonna rock. Thunderdome is gonna rock. Thunderdome is gonna rock and roll.
Isn't that great?
Oh, it's lovely, lovely, yes. So,
would you like to have one? He'll give you one free.
Well, thank you for the offer, but I'm afraid I can't accept. But thank you very much for the offer.
Okay, well, thank you for playing it.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Take care. Excuse me a second. I'll be right back.
Oh, God. Don't hurt yourself now. Edwin?
One more time. Get a running start.
Is that all?
That one drew blood. A little nail or something in the wall.
Now, why didn't we get those kind of calls yesterday is what I want to know. Yeah, but...
Bet a nickel, that's basically what you got yesterday. Let's go to Clearwater. Hi, Clear. You're on the air at WSUN.
Yesterday, I'm afraid you missed a real good show. It was a great show, I guess. I mean, that's what I heard. Anyway, your callers last few said what Jeffy babbled on. He shouted spasmodic. Yeah. Probably jealous. I mean, I'm sure he wished he could do that, right? Yep. Anyway, I really don't understand what's going on here. They had...
I figured that out, too. 576 WSUN in Pinellas in Hillsborough, 221 WSUN. All other areas toll free at 1-800-356-WSUN. I am good with It's 3:56. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a moment of spasmodic babbling.
Wow. Thank God it's Friday, man. Hey, Jeffy here with a thought for the day. Okay, hey, if you'd like to learn how to be old, divorced a couple dozen times or so, and want to know how to act on a showboat dinner cruise, seminars with Mickey Rooney are being held through March. And so, now smoking is a kid's disease. Why is that? Just because their folks drive them to smoke, it's a disease? What's next? Sitting on a sofa, eating ice cream. Disease. Oh, yeah. And never mind. Later.
This has been a moment of spasmodic babbling.
This program made possible by a grant from M.W. Keck Foundation. Welcome to Classic Rock Theatre. Today's tale is indeed one of the most gruesomely horrifying sights in British theatre history. Sir Wallace Tursfield III is torn to pieces in the fourth part of the second act when a wall-sized mirror that was being used as a prop gives way and shatters into a million razor-sharp blades, which come crashing down onto the aging actor and killing him. This is the Rolling Stones classic, Shattered.
Life is just a cocktail party on the street.
They've got rats on the west side. Bed bugs uptown.
Look at me. My brain's been battered. Splatters all over Manhattan.
Go ahead. Bite the Big Apple.
Don't mind the maggot.
And do join us again next time for another edition of Classic Rock Theatre.
3 minutes after the hour of 4 o'clock. Welcome back, fun seekers. It is a Friday, March the 10th, 1995. I, the magnificent Lassiter, ably assisted by the backstabber Jeffy and the backstabberists.
That's better.
Sharon the Body Tyler.
Looking at that picture of you, Bobby, that you were telling me about.
Oh, yes.
Yes, remember the one that was in that Cox publication?
And a handsome, handsome devil he is. Of 4 o'clock. Welcome back, fun seekers. It is a Friday, March the 10th, 1995. I, the magnificent Lassiter, ably assisted by the backstabber Jeffy and the backstabberists.
That's better.
Sharon the Body Tyler.
Looking at that picture of you, Bobby, that you were telling me about.
Oh, yes.
Yes, remember the one that was in that Cox publication?
And a handsome, handsome devil he is.
It is a handsome picture of you.
Yes,
However,
it is.
They couldn't use this because there's two other handsome devils in the picture with you.
Well, no, Sharon, that is a, you see, they weren't actually in the room at the same time, Sharon. That was done there in the dark room.
Just wondering how they did that. But
It is a
but other than that, it's a nice picture of you.
It's a composite, Sharon. There's actually a single photographic frame that has that photograph of me in the vaults up there at Cox Enterprises in Atlanta, Georgia.
But your mouth's hanging open in it, though.
No, my mouth is not hanging open in it, Sharon. They wanted me talking into the... See, there's a microphone right in front of me?
Yeah.
And it is though I am actually doing my show.
Yeah.
And they actually had me talking.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to sitting there like a plaster of Paris bust saying, big smile, big smile, big smile. Isn't it amazing that photographer was able to capture me with even a jovial expression on my face without once having uttered the words, big smile, big smile.
Here's a little bit of a jovial expression. For you, as jovial as you get.
There is a great deal that is wrong in this country. There's a great deal that is wrong in this world, and I suppose we could sit here doing one topic a day of things that are drastically wrong for the rest of our natural lives and still never even scratch the surface. I'm not sure that what I'm about to talk about is the thing that is the most wrong in this country. As a matter of fact, I'm sure it's not the thing that is the most wrong. But it's something that is very, very sad. It's sad not so much that it happened. Of course, it's a personal tragedy for the people involved. But it's sad because this is the type of thing that we find to be entertainment these days. I'm referring to a news story that you may or may not have heard. It comes out of Orion Township in Michigan. And it reads as follows. 3 days after Scott Aindure revealed his crush on another man on the Jenny Jones talk show, police say that he was shot dead by the object of his affection. The gunman called police from a service station payphone moments after the shooting on Thursday and surrendered. He was to be arraigned Friday, today, on a murder charge. Sheriff's Lieutenant Bruce Nail said that the 24-year-old gunman, who is heterosexual, was angry because producers of the Secret Admirer segment had told him that his suitor was a woman. He came out on stage before a studio audience, and there was a woman sitting there that he knew. He figured that she was his secret admirer, and he walked up and kissed her. But then they told him, "Oh no, she's not your secret admirer. This is." And out walked Scott Aindure. The show was about men who have secret crushes on other men. He was stunned. He had agreed to do the show so he did not know what to do or what his rights were. So he sat there and went along with it. The gunman said his experience on the show had eaten away at him, and that the final provocation was an unsigned note that he found at his home on Thursday, the same day that he assumed was left by the dead man, Aindure, age 32. After finding the note, the suspect bought a shotgun and ammunition, went to Aindure's mobile home and shot him twice in the chest after a struggle in the front doorway. Officials at the Jenny Jones show referred questions to a publicist in California who was on jury duty and unavailable for comment. Telepictures Productions released a statement saying, "We are shocked and saddened by the shooting. The episode, taped Monday, is not scheduled for broadcast at this time." Aindure's neighbor said her gay friend was infatuated with talk shows, especially Jones. He watched all of them but Oprah. Oprah was too mild for him, she told the Detroit News. He really liked the shows which revealed the intimate details of people's private lives. He would call me up and say, "You won't believe what they're talking about today." We are a sick, sick, sick people. Any given day, there's probably a dozen different hours of this crap. What a horrible thing to do to a human being, to bring him out on national television and embarrass and humiliate him in such a fashion. I know that a more rational, a more reasonable, a more sane human being should be able to live with the humiliation and the embarrassment, but we're not all rational, are we? And this we find to be entertainment. I always liked Jenny Jones. I always thought she was kind of a neat lady, to tell you the truth. I never quite understood why she got involved in some of the crap that she got involved in, but I wouldn't air that show if I was a television general manager. I'd pull the plug on that piece of crap and never let it air again. I think I'd pull a plug on every piece of crap like it, as long as we have to depend on other people's humiliation, depend on other people coming out and mocking themselves, making fools of themselves while we sit home and are entertained by it. Something wrong. Something awful, awful wrong. And I just thought I'd say it. So there. I said it. Any thoughts? Oh, Whiskey Voice, any thoughts?
Oh, you mean me? I thought you meant that rhetorically. Well, of course, yes. The police up there are saying that had this not happened, that this man probably, wouldn't be up on charges for anything, because it wouldn't have happened. They too are saying it's just a product of a very sick society, and what talk shows, television talk shows anyway, are coming to.
If you're on the jury, what would you do with the guy that did the shooting?
Oh, I'd convict him if he were.
Convict him of what, though?
Murder.
Murder in the first?
Yep. Premeditated. Went there and blasted him twice in the chest with a shotgun.
Mitigating circumstances.
So they allege.
Mitigating circumstances here.
Well,
I think he should be convicted, and I think he should be punished for what he's done, but I think murder in the first degree is way, 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 way too harsh. I have no idea what the laws are in the state that he lives in, but I would not be able to go beyond some type of manslaughter, and I would not be able to go beyond perhaps 10 years. This man, we're talking about a young man. We're We're talking about a young man whose hormones are still bubbling over and who may or may not be secure with himself and who may or may not know who and what he is, being publicly humiliated in front of the nation. No, we've got mitigating circumstances. My humble opinion. There's no way in hell I'd vote for first-degree murder. Punish him, yes. He should be punished. He took another human being's life. We can argue all we want that he should have been stronger, he should have been more stable, he should have been more rational. But,
I get humiliated on this show, and you haven't seen me go out and shoot anybody.
I did think I saw you in the bushes yesterday lurking around my front door, but
see there?
Fortunately, I don't open that door. Let's go to his cell phone. Hi, Sal. You're on the air at WSUN.
Hey, Bob, how you doing?
Doing okay.
Hey, good. Hey, listen, I listen to your show every now and then. I just heard your partner say that she's been humiliated on this show before, and you had made the comment about how you thought it was so bad that TV listeners dialed in to see this humiliation. But my point is, don't you do that to your callers?
No, sir, I don't.
You don't?
No, sir, I've never done anything like that to my callers.
Well, I don't know. The other guy that called in that long ago, you kind of just hung up on him and...
Yes, sir. You have to terminate a phone call when it reaches a point where it is a bore.
Well, it was a bore. I don't question that, but...
Kind of like this one. 576 WSUN in Pinellas and Hillsborough, 221 WSUN. All other areas toll-free. 1-800-356-WSUN. Clearwater. Hi, Clear. You're on the air at WSUN.
Good afternoon, Mr.
Good afternoon, Clear.
I agree with you on that Top Show stuff, because have you ever seen a guy called Richard Bay?
No, I've heard about a show. I don't think I've actually ever seen it.
That guy, I mean, I'm surprised people don't kill each other on stage because...
Well, they all do it, man. They all do it. Well, now except for Oprah. Oprah's cleaned up her act, and look what it has cost her dearly. It has cost her tens of millions of dollars a year in revenue because her ratings have plummeted.
Yeah, well, this guy, he like goes behind people's backs and gets little quotes. Like one guy was, a woman had a crush on a guy, and they have a little thing where they come out with secrets. And they came out and told the whole nation that the guy only has one testicle. I mean, right there on stage. The guy eventually just walked off the stage. I mean, I guess that's the smartest thing to do instead of just staying there and getting enraged. But calling about yesterday's show, Bob, I don't know why you're calling them backstabbers, man. Every time somebody called up and said, I like your show, Bob's a bore, they either cut him off or they defended you and then cut him off.
And then gave him hockey tickets, probably.
No.
I know this crowd. They're out to get me, man.
They were pretty decent. I mean, we saw a side of Jeffy that I don't think we've ever seen before.
Oh, God, he mooned the audience again?
I think he
Jeffy, I told you not to show them that side.
I think he let his brother do that part. But
his brother thing is very intriguing.
You're from Philadelphia, right? And
suburban Philadelphia, Collingswood, New Jersey, yeah.
Okay, so when they came out with the New Jersey Devils, was there such an uproar as there is now, like this team?
Oh, I don't know. I was long gone from there by then. And I believe the New Jersey Devils play in the northern part of the state, and I'm from the south central part of the state.
But have you ever heard of people up in that area saying that, no, I won't go see a hockey game because their nickname's the Devils?
Well, I just have no knowledge one way or the other. You know, I don't know if it caused any type of an uproar. I don't know that it didn't cause an uproar. I just literally have no idea at all. You know, I know that there's hardly a year that goes by that some high school or college team that has Devils in it doesn't make the news because somebody's protesting about it. Some Bible-thumping fundamentalist minister trying to increase patronage of this church makes a big to-do about it, which is in essence what we're having here.
Okay, one more thing. I can't stand that Mr. Fudd guy that calls. I don't know why you let him say some of the things he says.
I find him a fascinating character.
But you need to listen to the first 15 minutes of yesterday's show because when he came on, he attacked none other than Mother Taylor.
Mother Taylor?
Yeah.
Well, that is starting to push it. He attacked Mother Taylor? What did he say about Mother Taylor?
He didn't get much of it out because once Sharon started hearing him say Mother Taylor, I think that was the end of the conversation.
He was probably going to say is how much he enjoyed her reports and how refreshing they were. I'm sure that's what his intent was.
I haven't heard the guy say a nice thing about anybody. I don't know why he would start now.
Little weasel. Rosemary says she's seen him too, says he's a skinny little runt. Little weasel.
Rosemary's danced for him?
She says she's seen him a couple of times.
He probably stiffed her and that's why she's mad.
So what do we get of the boxing match? Is it going to happen? Is he gonna box that woman?
Well, at first he said he was, and then he backed out of it.
Typical chicken.
Yeah.
All right, have a good weekend, Bob.
You too, dude. Tongue still isn't totally working.
No.
You know, I get confident there. I think that it's working, and then, you know, start singing, yeah, you too, dude.
That's kind of like what sounded like yesterday's show.
It's 4:15.
Thanks for calling 1-900-JUST-FOR-KIDS. Only $200 a minute, but hey, don't tell your parents. Hang out, because in a minute, you're going to be connected with your very own Playmate.
Well, hi,
Kids.
It's me, your own wonderful
Fred.
Ooh, and do I have something sweet? I've heated some
Cocoa.
Ooh, yes, it's nice and hot. Now, I have a nice, soft, big
sandbox.
Ooh, yes, it feels nice, doesn't it? Oh, I take my
fire truck
and I run it back and forth.
Disgusting.
Guess the call was terminated. Damn. Just as it was getting good. It's really starting to enjoy that. Oh, speaking of it, how's the filthy, vile, rotten...
I don't know. I haven't had a chance to listen lately.
Really?
Nope.
Well, why not?
Too many other things to do.
Such as? You're going to break Aaron's heart.
Okay, yeah, I've been listening every night. Yeah, she's moving along good. Yeah, just right along. I don't know.
576 WSUN in Pinellas, Hillsborough.
You need to listen to it some night.
No, I don't. Hillsborough, 221 WSUN. All other areas toll-free, 1-800-356-WSUN. Hudson, hi there, Hud. You're on the air at WSUN.
King Lassiter?
Yes, sir.
God, you are back. Yesterday was a complete disaster.
Total.
And these spineless rats won't even tell you exactly what they did.
What exactly did they do?
Well, they had at least 10 or 15 calls an hour, each hour, that were like, well, we're glad you guys are on. We like you better than Lassiter.
Yeah.
They gloated over it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, at one point, Peter was actually laughing his rear off about how he would have Jeffy do the Lassiter show, and you would be doing Lassiter Thoughts of the Day.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. They even let Spivey on the show. Do you know that?
They let Spivey...
show.
Oh, what did they do, run out of hockey tickets, so they had to buy calls with a psychic?
Tickets, with 5 minutes left in the show, and they dragged Spivey in.
Unbelievable. Buying calls with a psychic.
We can't give nothing fast to you there in the Hudson. Yeah.
Every time they got a call that was saying how great they were, they were laughing, it was like you were totally dead.
Golly, I ain't never heard nobody give away hockey tickets better than you guys.
No, they were smart about the hockey tickets as far as he would get rude with anybody that asked for them. You know, you had to actually perform for your tickets.
Yeah, what did you have to do to get them?
Oh, you know, you had to perform. If you asked for the tickets, no matter how good the call was, it was no.
Oh.
And he had people begging for them, and he let them beg and beg and beg on the air so that he could say no at the end.
Oh, so that he could, really piss off my regular callers so they wouldn't call back, yeah.
They totally enjoyed the fact that you were gone. They totally enjoyed the fact that, as a matter of fact, Sharon kept saying every so often, we're going to be in big trouble tomorrow, you know. But she kept insinuating...
Had to make a good call, unlike this one.
It never stopped her from laughing and giggling every time somebody said, oh, you are doing such a great job, Sharon. You're doing...
Yeah, I've heard the giggle before.
Yeah, so when you got to do
I'll bet she endlessly promoted that cruise to hell, too, didn't she?
When you got to
Speaking of which,
work,
that's
put on
today.
the best of, and don't put them back on. I'm telling you, they're at your job. They're spineless hyenas just waiting for you to leave that station again.
Well, I'll let my teeth fall out before I take a day off again.
Well, you have a good time, and take care.
Thank you, sir, for bringing us up to date with a reliable and accurate report of what actually went on this radio station yesterday.
Oh, poop.
576 WSUN in Pinellas and Hillsboro, 221 WSUN.
He's got nose hairs 2 inches long.
All other areas told is better than coming out of the bunions on his toes. All other areas
your
told.
hairs, too.
All other areas toll free, 1-800-356-WSUN.
Big old gray one sticking out of the right lobe. That was that guy.
These are our customers you're talking about, Sharon. Which reminds me, I received the latest memo today from our fearless leader, Leisure Suit Todd, which remarkably enough does not say not for on-air broadcast, but it, where is it? Here it is. It goes on to speak at great length about our new, well, it's no longer new, about our voicemail communications system, and how when you call from now on, instead of automatically being dumped into voicemail, because we want that human touch there with the public, you will be connected to the person closest to where the person that you wouldn't like to be talking to. I just can't begin to imagine who you get connected to when you ask for my extension. You know how to get a dial tone when you ask for me? You must, because I don't have a phone.
I know the poor wormy program director will be getting mine while he's on the air. You know what? My voicemail answers when I don't even want it to answer. Sometimes it doesn't even ring and voicemail gets it. Or sometimes it'll only ring 2 times.
They sure know how to hurt a guy. I mean, here I come back from this traumatic experience yesterday to find new voicemail procedures, and I don't have voicemail. Oh, of course I have voicemail, but I have to go home and call it.
Anything to be convenient.
No respect. Zephyr Hills. Hi, Zephyr. You're on the air at WSUN.
Mr. Lassiter.
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is Mr. Titches from the National Credit Card Clearinghouse. We have a few questions about your charges of yesterday afternoon.
This does sound like Titches.
Yes, sir.
First, regarding your order to Microsoft Corporation, Mr. Bill Gates has asked us to offer his personal apology for not being able to fill your order for Windows 95. The marketing department has decided to make the rollout coincide with the first game of the new Tampa Bay baseball game. Next, Mr. Lassiter, the VP of Marketing at Intel says that there may be a delay in shipping your new 686 processor since they haven't yet been able to make the 586 work properly. Are you still there, Mr. Lassiter? Well, we'll assume that you are. Mr. Enzo Ferrari III regrets that the Testarossa is not available in a 4-wheel drive version, and in any event is only available in red. Finally, Mr. Lassiter, are we supposed to honor the charges to your card called in by Mr. Jeffy for 42 hockey tickets?
Leave the comedy to the professionals, sir, please. 576 WSUN in Pinellas, Hillsboro, 221 WSUN. All their areas toll free, 1-800-356-WSUN. It is 4:27.
620 WSUN. We're one step away from reality.
Isn't it funny how some tastes just take you back? Like when you were a teenager. Remember sitting on your porch on a cool summer evening, popping a zit with your fingers and then eating it? Well, the great taste is back at the Puss Palace. Yes, delicious, creamy, soft-serve puss in a cone or a dish with your choice of toppings. All the great tastes of your body you enjoyed as a kid, like warm earwax, scab chips, and our new booger bits. The Puss Palace. I scream, you scream, we all scream for Puss.
4:31. Hour at 5 o'clock. You didn't play that Mr. Potato Head thing yesterday, I hope.
You play that thing because you know I can't stand that.
Oh, I thought you liked it.
No, we couldn't find Mr. Potato Head. Couldn't find anything. You put it all away. You hid everything from us.
Well, it didn't hide the hockey tickets, I guess. 3 days worth of hockey tickets. Gone.
Yep. It was great.
Let's go to a lady in Tampa. Hi, lady in Tampa. You're on the air at WSUN.
Hi, Bobby.
Hi.
Yes,
I had a caller in my car just a few minutes ago telling you how the show really went yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'm just calling to reinforce that. I had met Sharon, she calls herself the Body Taylor, Cruz, about 5 weeks ago, and she was a very pleasant lady, and I had really high hopes for her until yesterday's show.
What happened yesterday?
They started off the show like, we have hockey tickets, just with her voice, and it's like the line stayed full until they finally started giving them away. And I'm really glad that you're back, and I hope your mouth is okay, and I hope you never have to leave the station again.
Well, obviously I can never take another day off.
That's very true. That's very true, Bobby, and I'm glad you're back. I listen to your show every day commuting from Tampa back to Bushnell, which is north of Dade City, so we do hear you up there. And today I just had to stop. I don't care how bad traffic gets. You need to know the truth, and we're glad you're back.
Well, thank you very much for that report.
Thank you, Bobby. We love you out here.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Jeffy, give her some hockey tickets. 576. Well, I would if I had any left.
Well, you don't, do you?
No.
They're all gone.
I understand you guys are giving away hockey tickets for next season. You ran through this season.
We're giving away tickets for the opening game of the Devil Rays. That's what we were giving away.
St. Petersburg. Hi, St. You're on the air at WSUN.
How you doing, Bob?
Oh, pretty good, dude.
I'm really sorry about yesterday. I didn't get to hear. I heard like 2 minutes of them talking. I said, "Oh, sorry, it's not Bob."
Yeah, that's right.
Anyhow, you were talking earlier about the thing with the talk show. About 6 or 8 months ago, I was looking through the classified ads, and there was a thing in the personals about national talk show wants you. Do you ever wish such and such and such and such? And it was a subject that kind of hit home to me a little bit. So I called. They said, okay, great, we're going to fly you and your wife up here and your ex, and all, because it had to do dealing with your ex-wife or ex-spouse. And they said, okay, what's your ex's name and number and all, because we'll call and arrange all the stuff for them coming over. And ended up, they asked what the story was, and we told them. We ended up that this producer called and twisted the things that we said whenever they talked to my ex to make, more sparks. And went back and forth to where my ex and I, we have a fairly decent relationship because, we have a son between the two of us, and it made things rather difficult.
Which show was it for?
This was for the Gordon Elliott show.
Okay.
They were trying to, get a whole bunch of shows all lined up. And they really, really made things much worse than what they ever could have been. What we were hoping to get on the show, the first thing the producer told us was that we want to start off the show by saying, there was problems, but we're going to try to work out the problems on the show. The whole time, every time we spoke to somebody, and then they came back to say, oh, she said this, and she said this. All they do is just try to put fuel on the fire the whole time, just to make the ratings look good so we get out there and yell and scream at each other.
It's really... I don't feel nearly as bad about the people who do it, and I feel really bad about them, believe me. I don't feel nearly as bad about the people who do it because, frankly, they're trying to pay the bills, as I do about the people who watch this crap, who think that it's entertainment, people who rearrange their lives so as not to be able to miss it, and who sit there and lick their chops and rub their hands together at somebody else's misery or somebody else's discomfort or embarrassment. It's terrible. It says so much about us, and none of it's good.
Yeah, but a lot of the misery that's on these shows are really trumped up by the producers and the directors and all that of the show.
Well, apparently, from what you're telling me, it doesn't surprise me in the least.
And, I understand that they have to, it was going to be a new show and they want to have a lot of people watch it, but, to make things very, very bad between, my family and my ex again.
Right, screw you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. That's how.
And potentially your kid in between.
Right, and they just didn't. They said to us, "Oh, we care. We want to do this," but then they go and they tell the exact opposite story to the ex, and then they tell the exact opposite story of what she said back to us, and they just kept on going and going and going, and finally, this is over 2 days. They did it. They called us 5 times in 2 days. Once we said we would do it, they were going to fly us up there, hotel, everything. I mean, it was like instantaneous. They had tons of money to blow to get us up there, and I finally called the producer back and said, we're not going to do this. This is ridiculous what you're doing with people's lives. You're playing, manipulating, trying to make things worse just for your show. And she didn't say a word. She sat there the whole time as I went off on her. And then she said, okay, thanks. That's how you feel, and hung up. I mean, not really giving a damn what she was doing. And I told, what you were saying about with my son. They were manipulating things to, possibly endanger a relationship between the three of us forever. And they just didn't care. It was all for ratings and all for money.
Unbelievable, man. Just unbelievable. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, it's really strange what this world is coming to. Why ratings and money are so important.
Because people aren't. Nobody's real. I've said this a million times before. We've had two inventions in this century that have helped us to hide from people: television and the telephone. Well, I suppose radio too. So maybe three inventions in this century. Well, let's go for the motion picture. And what it has done is it gives us this false sense of not everything is real. So it's okay to jerk people around. It's okay to kill people. It's okay to beat up people. It's okay to mess with their lives. It's okay to humiliate them. It's okay to mock them, whatever it might be. It's okay because they're not really real. Up until this century, if you saw a human being, you saw a human being, and it was a real human being, and there was no question about it. And now I suppose we just have so many people who have this hazy definition as to what's real and what isn't anymore.
Right. Television, like you're saying, most everything on TV up until recent years, other than the news and sporting events, was made up. You had your comedies and your dramas and such like that. But now the talk shows, people are so in tune with almost everything on TV is not real. To where now these people, they're real people and they're talking about real stories, but it's not real, so it's okay that they're in a lot of misery and all that. And I think that's what part of the mentality is that they understand these are real people with real problems, but because, it's TV, so it's not that bad, it's not real. You know what I mean?
Well, it's kind of like that poor slob up on the sign the other day in St. Petersburg.
And hung up behind him.
Well, I'm sure you were pissed off about it. I know I would have been damn pissed off about it. But school buses going by hollering jump.
Yeah.
And, my old friend and colleague, Mark Larson, offering prizes to people that hit him if he fell off.
We're too desensitized.
I mean, here's this man, and he inconvenienced a hell of a lot of people, and he probably even cost people money and maybe a couple of blown deals and so forth and so on, but going through some type of incredible personal tragedy, like, you've never gone through one, I've never gone through one, people listening have never gone through one. It's a pain in the ass, and yes, it's an inconvenience, but for God's sake, an ounce of compassion, an ounce of understanding.
Well, what's happened over the years is that the value of a human life has become less and less, and that's their emotional life and their physical life. And I think it has to do a lot with the television and such like that, because we are just so desensitized to everything. We are becoming so emotionless that society as we know it is never going to be the same.
I hear you, man. Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too, dude.
Bye.
576 WSUN in Pinellas. I'm so close to saying nude. You too, nude.
Well, maybe he is. You are today. Are you?
Am I what?
Most complete selection of diamonds.
Okay, you're breaking up really bad. Gotta run. Let's do St. Petersburg. Hi, St. You're on the air at WSUN.
Hey, Bob.
Hi.
Bob, are you upset and heard about this backstabbing that was perpetrated on you yesterday?
There are tears in my eyes, sir.
Oh, my God. See, now you know how Neil feels, huh?
How Neil feels? What did I do to Neil, sir?
After he took you out of the cornfields in Iowa where you were unemployable.
He didn't take me out of the cornfields in Iowa.
Did. Your wife's family was supporting you after you got fired from WLS.
Okay, if you'd like it to be that way, sir. You'd like it to be that way. I don't give a crap.
He thought you were a friend, and he got you a job. He put his neck on the line for you. What'd you do? You stabbed him in the back.
Yeah, he put his neck on his line for me, sir.
Now you know. Yeah, he put his neck. He can't.
How did I stab him in the back?
You can't even talk. You're so damn.
What did I do to stab him in the back, sir?
Yeah, you probably would have liked to stab him somewhere
What
else.
did I do to stab him in the back, sir?
Let me tell you this. What do you mean, what did you do to stab him in the back? You got on the radio every single day and did nothing but badmouth.
That's right, every day.
Crash him
4 hours a day, sir.
Because you didn't have a
Drove him
show
out of the
on.
market.
Because you had nothing to say, nothing to contribute.
That's
All
right.
you could do was feed off Neil like you did 2 seconds ago with the unbelievable. You can't even come up with your own damn phrases.
Are you serial?
Worthless, man. You suck.
Yeah.
You really suck. Let me ask you another question.
Sure.
When you were over in wherever the hell it was, Virginia or whatever, when you broke up with your wife to go out with that gay guy, yeah, when you were doing that, Professor, were you making Gilligan jealous or what?
Yeah, I was. Let's do a lady in St. Petersburg. Hi, lady in St. Pete. You're on the air at WSUN.
Hi, Bob.
Hi.
I'm a recent fan of yours. I initially started listening because you caught my attention by you really impressed me with the way you think, and most in society in general, most people seem to really have bought into that left brain, right brain dominance theory, and so they have a tendency to now be one-track minded. Well, I appreciate the fact that you're not that way. I can tell, just like the caller a few minutes ago, he probably thinks with just the back of his brain, neither the left, the right, nor the front. But I'd like to call in defense of the talk shows.
Okay.
Some of the talk shows I use in my classroom with my students.
In what way?
For example, I'll say that all of the students that I teach come from dysfunctional families, and they have been expelled from schools or repeatedly suspended, and they're, just bad grades and bad behavior, beat up teachers, principals, do drugs, smoke, and the like. Well, some of the times what I'll do is I'll preview, check out the TV guide to see what the subject is going to be, and if it's dealing with issues like the little girls who are so sexually active at the age of 9 and 10 and 11. Well, my class is predominantly male. Occasionally I'll have some females in there, and when I do, they usually are the same type. And a lot of the males, as far as I'm concerned, we do leave out the male. They're the ones who help these young ladies to become this way.
Of course.
And so a lot of the times these kids, they expect to hear the teachers moralizing and telling them right from wrong. They also expect to hear from the juvenile counselors and the judges and what have you. And now, their parents, like, they usually abuse some substances, alcohol, or abuse anything.
Well, I can see what you're saying, and I can certainly see the validity of the way that you use the shows. Unfortunately, that's not why they're on. They're on to appeal to the prurient interests. The